In global politics, new alliances are always emerging, challenging the established order. The world is constantly shifting, with countries seeking new ways to assert their influence and protect their interests. As old alliances evolve and new ones form, the balance of power is never truly fixed. For decades, Western powers, especially the US and Europe, have dominated the world stage. Their economic strength, military alliances, and global institutions have shaped international rules and norms, often setting the agenda for the rest of the world. But this dominance is increasingly being questioned. But now, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is reshaping the landscape. This coalition brings together some of the world's largest and fastest-growing economies, united by a shared vision of a more equitable global system. Originally an economic concept, BRICS has evolved into a powerful political and economic bloc. Its members collaborate on issues ranging from trade and investment to technology and security, amplifying their collective voice on the world stage. Its mission, to create a more balanced, multipolar world where the global south has a stronger voice. BRICS aims to challenge the dominance of traditional powers and offer new opportunities for countries that have often been sidelined in global decision-making. BRICS offers alternatives to Western-led institutions like the New Development Bank, attracting countries seeking fairer terms. By providing new sources of funding and development support, BRICS is helping nations bypass the conditions often attached to Western aid. The bloc represents a huge share of the world's population and economic output, boosting its global influence. Together, BRICS countries account for over 40% of the world's people, and a significant portion of global GDP, making their cooperation impossible to ignore. For many nations, BRICS is a chance to diversify partnerships and gain more bargaining power. By engaging with BRICS, countries can access new markets, technologies, and diplomatic support, reducing their dependence on any single power bloc. Its recent expansion signals a shift in global dynamics, with countries worldwide eager to join this new chapter. As more nations express interest in joining, BRICS is poised to become an even more influential force in shaping the future of international relations. The rise of BRICS marks a world in transition, as new centers of power emerge. The coming years will reveal just how much this alliance can reshape the global order, and what it means for the future of international cooperation. In early 2025, news broke that 2 unnamed EU member states are considering joining BRICS, a move once thought impossible. The EU, long a pillar of the Western alliance, now faces the prospect of its own members aligning with rivals like China and Russia. Speculation centers on countries like Hungary and Greece, known for independent foreign policies and closer ties to the East. This potential shift would challenge the EU's unity and raise tough questions about dual allegiances. How can a nation balance EU commitments with BRICS membership, especially when the blocs often clash? The move highlights growing divisions within the West and signals that the old consensus is fraying. If it happens, it could mark a turning point, blurring the lines between East and West. The world is watching. Is this an isolated event, or the start of a larger trend? Why would any EU country risk its Western ties to join BRICS? Economic opportunity is a major factor. BRICS nations offer fast-growing markets and access to vital resources. Smaller EU economies, feeling sidelined by larger members, see BRICS as a way to diversify and boost prosperity. There's also frustration with Western-led institutions like the IMF and World Bank, seen as serving Western interests. BRICS promises a more inclusive financial system and a real voice in shaping new global rules. Politically, joining BRICS is a strategic hedge, aligning with both East and West to maximize options. For nationalist leaders, it's a chance to assert sovereignty and challenge Brussels' authority. This blend of economics, autonomy, and domestic politics makes the eastward pivot tempting despite the risks. While the European Union continues to debate its own future and grapple with internal challenges, Turkey has already taken a bold and unexpected step, formally applying to join BRICS in September 2024. This move marks a significant shift in Turkey's foreign policy, signaling a willingness to look beyond its traditional Western alliances and seek new opportunities on the global stage. For decades, Turkey's primary foreign policy objective was to secure membership in the European Union. However, years of stalled accession talks, repeated setbacks, and growing distrust have left relations between Ankara and Brussels at a low point. Many in Turkey now feel that the EU's door is permanently closed, despite years of effort and reform. The EU has long voiced concerns over Turkey's record on democracy and human rights, while Turkey has accused the EU of double standards and hypocrisy. These mutual grievances have only deepened the divide, making meaningful progress seem increasingly unlikely. Tensions have escalated further as Turkey refused to join Western sanctions on Russia and went ahead with the purchase of Russian S-400 missile defense systems. These decisions have not only strained ties with the EU, but also with NATO allies, highlighting Turkey's growing willingness to act independently. In response, Ankara's foreign policy has shifted to prioritize alternative alliances. BRICS, a bloc that emphasizes sovereignty, mutual respect, and non-interference, now offers Turkey a platform to assert its interests and diversify its partnerships. By joining BRICS, Turkey hopes to strengthen economic ties with emerging markets in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, reducing its dependence on Europe. This could open up new trade routes, investment opportunities, and allow Turkey to amplify its influence as a regional power. The move is a clear signal of Turkey's impatience with waiting endlessly at Europe's door. It reflects a growing desire to chart a new, independent path, one that is less reliant on Western approval and more focused on national interests. As relations with the West continue to cool, Turkey is positioning itself as a vital bridge between East and West, leveraging its unique geography and history to play a more active role in global affairs. Ultimately, Turkey's application to BRICS is both a search for new partnerships and a powerful message to its Western allies. Ankara is ready to redefine its place in the world, on its own terms. Turkey's BRICS bid is a diplomatic balancing act, remaining a key NATO member while courting a bloc led by Russia and China. Ankara uses its NATO role to extract concessions, as seen in its delayed approval of Sweden and Finland's membership. It also maintains crucial agreements with the EU, showing it's not abandoning the West, but seeking leverage. Turkey's strategy is to engage all sides, maximizing its influence as a regional power broker. This approach carries risks, mistrust from both NATO allies and potential BRICS partners. By walking this tightrope, Turkey embodies the new, unpredictable world of shifting alliances. The old certainties are gone. Now, flexibility and pragmatism rule. BRICS has transformed from a club of 5 emerging economies into a powerful force on the world stage. What began as a loose association of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa has now evolved into a dynamic coalition with global ambitions. By adding Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE, BRICS has expanded its reach across Africa, the Middle East, and beyond, signaling a new era of international cooperation. This expansion not only boosts its economic and political influence, but also brings together a wider range of perspectives and resources, making the group more representative of the developing world. With major energy producers now in its ranks, BRICS wields greater leverage in global energy markets and can shape discussions on resource security and pricing. The inclusion of key regional players has also made the group more attractive to other nations. Nearly 20 more countries have formally applied to join, eager to participate in a multipolar world order. This surge in interest reflects a widespread desire for alternatives to Western-dominated institutions and a more balanced global system. The bloc's growing diversity and increasing size give it a stronger voice on global issues, from international finance and trade to climate change and sustainable development. BRICS is now evolving into BRICS Plus, a platform that encourages flexible partnerships and new forms of collaboration. With different tiers of engagement, the group can accommodate a variety of interests and ambitions, making it even more attractive to nations seeking greater influence and autonomy in global affairs. As BRICS continues to grow, maintaining unity among such a diverse membership will be a challenge, but its momentum is undeniable. The group is no longer just a challenger to the established order. It has become a major global player capable of shaping the future of international relations. Its rise is already reshaping international affairs, creating new opportunities for cooperation and competition on the world stage. For the Global South, BRICS offers a genuine alternative to the old order, empowering developing nations to have a greater say in global decision-making. The world is witnessing the emergence of a true alternative to the traditional power structures, one that could redefine the future of global governance. The interest of EU nations in Turkey and BRICS signals a deeper shift in global power. The world is moving from unipolarity to a complex multipolar age where nations seek flexible alliances. Western-led institutions face a crisis of legitimacy as BRICS and its alternatives gain ground. Competing systems and standards may fragment the world, but also empower developing nations. For the West, adapting means listening to the global South and reforming institutions to be more inclusive. Influence will depend on offering compelling partnerships, not just imposing rules. The rise of BRICS marks the end of clear Cold War divisions and the start of a dynamic, unpredictable era. Power is now diffuse, alliances are fluid, and old certainties no longer apply. The shape of the 21st century world is being forged in this historic transition.